Terrific basketball action comes your way once again as the SUSANOO Magic host Osaka EVESSA. We'd like to welcome everybody to Totori Kenmin Arena, our venue here this Saturday afternoon. There it is. What a sparkling, beautiful gym. It's going to be a big encounter between both these squads. Osaka EVESSA at 23-22. On the other hand, SHIMANE, SUSANOO Magic at 28-17. You have a small section there of fans in red as you take a look at this Western Conference lineup. The Ryukyu Golden Kings lording it over at 32-13. In second place, we've got the Magic at 28-17. And for Osaka, this is a critical affair as well because they are 23-22, as we mentioned, in third spot. With a win here, they can close that gap from 5 games to make it just 4. These are the teams in the wild card looking to be able to still make it to the B.LEAGUE playoffs, or as they call it, the B.LEAGUE Championship. So whenever you face the teams right above you or right below you, it becomes very critical, especially now. Here are some of the earlier matchups between these two squads. This one was again pretty good affair. Ray Parks from the outside, a little bit too strong. Nice tip, but it's going to go to the opponents. And off and running. Nice strong play there. Nick Kay finishes. Parks trying to make sure there that there was no three-point play, but still there was. Easy slam. That is coming from James Michael McAdoo. McAdoo, one of the top performers here in the league so far this season. James Michael McAdoo is now the king of steals, averaging 2 per game. And he's also 4th in rebounding at 9.9, so close to a double-digit performance, actually. If you look at that, you can round that out. Definitely, that becomes 10 boards. As you take a look at the comparative stats, these are from the 2 games. First one was won by the Magic, 85-68. But winning the second encounter, 74-60, was Osaka. So this is going to be the tiebreaker. And again, important for both these squads. If SHIMANE wins this one, they're going to open up a 6-game lead over their opponents. On the other side, if Osaka wins, they're going to cut that gap, as I said a while ago, to just 4. Here are the players for the Magic. And for the lineup of Coach Paul Henare. We're going to focus on number 13, that's Shota Tsuyama. Of course, longtime member of the Japanese national squad. Seiya Ando is there. Nick Kay, James Michael McAdoo. Definitely imports. That will be counted on here by Coach Paul Henare. On the other side, we just saw the Osaka squad over the weekend. Bobby Ray Parks, number 1. We have Matt Bonds, number 5, number 11, Ryan Luther, and number 52, Volodymyr Herun as their reinforcements. One of their top locals, Tatsuya Suzuki, is their starting point guard. They also have the veteran Joji Takeuchi, who will play quality minutes. There, we're going to focus on Ryan Luther, 29 years of age, standing 6'9". It's going to be an interesting affair, and this is a game that both These squads need to win. They cannot afford a loss, especially to the other. And here we have the starting five for the visitors. Starting out with Parks, Bonds. We have number 35, the aforementioned Suzuki. Herun is there, and they will also start out with number 88, Hayato Maki, the 26-year-old, standing 6'2". So now we've got the visitor starting lineup out of the way. Now we dim the lights as we welcome in the hometown squad. We've got the Shimane Susanoo Magic. Yes, Coach Paul Henare, as we go through his starting lineup, they have number 3, Seiya Ando. Number 4, Nick Kay. Number 13, Shota Tsuyama. Number 14, James Michael McAdoo. And number 33, Luke Evans. As we have our referees handling proceedings here. Referees, we should say, have been done an exceptional job all throughout the year. And here they come. You've got referee Okawara, referee Udatsu, and referee Kaji. As you check out the starters once again, they're on your screens. So Osaka got Parks, Bonds, Suzuki, Herun, and Maki. For the home squad, Ando, Kay, Tsuyama, McAdoo, and Evans. Ready for tip-off here. There was Cody Clark. He's in civies, so he will not be playing today. He and Parks have played together in the past. This, a game with huge implications as far as the playoffs are concerned. And there's the countdown. Tip-off is right on schedule. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to the Totori Kenmin Arena. Or some call it the Totori Prefecture. Got a raucous crowd because this is a game that's important to both squads. Herun, short there. McAdoo picks up his first board. That's a wild shot, but at the right place, at the right time, Nikkei puts it through. They're going to swing that ball around first, as they always do. Looking for a good shot every single possession. The pass a little bit too high, fielded by Bonds. Fall away too, a little bit too strong. A lot of jostling inside for those rebounds. That's another wild attempt. This time though, it worked. Say Ando. Felt a little bit of contact from Suzuki. And the whistle's going to be blown. First personal foul going to be called on Tatsuya. Say Ando. Talked about him being a long-time member of the Japanese national squad. He's a dead shot. And the fans love this gentleman. Why not? He has contributed so much to Japanese basketball, and right now, he's helping out this Magic squad as they look for a championship here this season. 4-0 is our early tally. Some pressure in the backcourt, and then they call off the dogs. So Tatsuya gets it past the front court. Maki to the wing. Bonds. Almost an intercepted pass. It gets to Parks. Parks fall away. Offline. Bonds inside. Collects it. Kicks it out. But Parks didn't stand by his spot for a three. He was trying to help out. Rebounding inside. Turnover. 4-0 here. Early on in this ball game. Case bring it down against a lot of the pressure from Bonds. McAdoo up high. He likes to operate inside and close to the paint. Little bit of a nudge. They go to McAdoo. McAdoo inside. That's too easy. It's 6-0. Bonds wants to make sure that his squad is now on the board, but they'll give it up. Suzuki. They blitz him up high. Herun already 0 for 1 from the field. Goes to his patented jump hook. He's 0 for 2. Ando's gonna push. Nice heel inside. Evans up against Parks. And they're gonna call personal foul here on Parks. His first. Gonna hold his ground there. A little bit of a nudge. First personal foul on Parks. Second team foul going to be called here in Osaka. Let's see if some colors starting to develop between those two individuals, Evans and Parks. We'll look out for that. Quick shot. That'll rim out and go over. Tsuyama knew exactly what he wanted to do. Get right back into the action and put up a three. Still 6-0. Let's see how Osaka gets on the board. It's been 2.5 minutes and they're still scoreless. That's a good move by Bonds. Finds Herun. Herun will finish. Good big action here. Ando once again. Ando will bring it out as they set up their offense. Gets into the heart of the defense from the 15-foot line. 4 points now for Seiya Ando. Back up to a 6-point lead at 8-2. They go inside to Herun once again. This time, goes to the other side. And he'll score. 8-4 is our tally. A little bit of a getaway, but they're going to say that might be an offensive foul. That will not count. There was a shove. There was a secondary shove, that's clear. Unfortunately, Cody Clark is out because of a right leg injury. So Shimane right now, a little bit short-handed. And that's big because Cody Clark gives them exceptional numbers. Not just scoring-wise, he rebounds and he breaks things down for his teammates on the offensive end. Not to mention the fact that he's a solid defender. The pass behind. Chance here. McAdoo inside. They go outside. Tsuyama in and out. He had all day to knock that one down, but the lead stays at 4. Extra pass, Parks. Gets inside the paint from 14 feet. Yes! He'll cut the lead down to 2. First basket in the ball game for Ray Parks. Again, Ando at the controls. McAdoo not looking for a shot. Now, he might try to attack Hirun. Couple of moves. A little bit of a wild shot there from James. That might be a charge. The defense was set there. And that's going to be the first personal foul on Matt Bonds. Watch it here. Kay got there. He owned that spot. Coming in now is Daiki Tsuchiya. Nice look there at Coach Hiroki Fujita, the head coach of Osaka EVESSA. From the outside, K. Little bit of a push. And it worked. 10-6 is our tally. K on the board. Tsuchiya trying to speed things up here. Goes to Hirun. Hirun a little bit too strong that time. He now has 3 misses from the field. That's too easy. You got to get back down defensively. They didn't. And Osaka paid the price. Lead is back up to 6 at 12-6. Watch it once again. This was a 2-for-1 situation. Back to the action here at the Totori Kenmin Arena. Our venue here this Saturday afternoon, and a quick play. Joji Takeuchi cannot convert. That would have been instant offense here for the veteran. 12-6 still our tally. Past the halfway point of the opening quarter. That's great movement without the basketball. And say Ando now with 6 points in the contest. Takeuchi Spraying up high. Parks will give it up to Chia. Trying to use his speed. Will get blocked there. Actually, that was a wild shot there from Tsuchiya. He was asking for a foul. But that was great defense from Hiromu Kitagawa. Tsuchiya with the inbound. Takeuchi. Ryan Luther in the ball game for the first time. Bonds. Another wild shot there. And it's not going to work. The boys in blue trying to get some early offense. They go back to being patient. They're going to set up in the half court. That's a great pass. What patience being shown here by the boys in blue. It is now 16-6. Bonds will force it up once again. That time, persistence works and pays off. So they've actually brought in Alex Murphy as a replacement. So Alex Murphy, number 5, is in the ball game. That was his first personal foul. So looking at Shimane, they are at a full lineup in terms of their imports. What a move there by Ando. He gets away. He's got 8 points now. Luther left wide open. That's his specialty. Not gonna drop though. Murphy with the rebound and he will push. Quick jumper. Not gonna work. In the ball game for the first time. And picking up a foul is Hariyama. Kevin Hariyama. 31-year-old, standing 6'3". McAdoo comes back in. Big 12-point advantage opened up here by the home squad. To the delight of their fans here. Tsuchiya for 3, yes! That'll cut the lead down to 9. Tsuchiya, 24-year-old. Showing a lot of promise here. Murphy tracks that one down. McAdoo inside, power move. He'll kick it back out as he hits the deck. Murphy. The foul will be called. They say on the floor. Murphy got high up for that one. That last foul will now put Osaka in the penalty. Checking in for the first time, Kokiski Wiley. Not gonna work that time. Ryan Luther being very aggressive, and he's gonna pick up a foul here from Murphy. Sometimes some referees will let that one go, but right now both teams in the penalty. Chance of defense. Nice tap there from Parks. Additional injuries here for the squad of Osaka. Ray Goda will not be available because of a right shoulder injury. Ray Goda is a veteran, 31 years old. Parks will take his first breather. Hayato Maki checks back in. Just about a minute and a half remaining here in the opening canto. Ando being very aggressive today. He's got 8 points already. Finds his shooter. Short that time from Murphy. Tsuchiya once again. Sets up Maki. Maki for three. That rims out. And a nice putback there by Volodymyr. Always really working deep under that basket. Some pressure up high. The lead has been cut down now to just 4 from a high of 12. Nice bounce pass. Give and go play working. And Seiya Ando in double digits already. Under a minute remaining here. Quick move there from Luther. And he'll be fouled. 2 free throws coming up. That foul might be on Murphy. That'll be his second foul. In early foul trouble here now is Alex. Evans will check back in. The naturalized player of Japan. And the naturalized player here for the squad of the Magic. Luther makes the first. Second coming up. Likewise. Swishing it through. There's Takeuchi once again. He played about a minute, was sat down, and he's back in here for the final 43 seconds. A little bit of a nudge there. Getting free. Ando can't convert though. Difference of about 7 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. Both teams with no more fouls to give. It has been a highly physical affair. That's picked up. 3-on-1 break. 3-on-2 break rather. Ando wisely brings it out and says, we're going to go for the final shot. Looks like he's going to take it himself here. Forces it up. It's not going to drop. Well, that was a heat check really for Seiya Ando. Already with 10 points in the opening quarter. That's pretty good defense though. Put up there by Fumiya Leo. First 10 minutes done. And it's a 4-point lead by Shimane. 20-16. Second quarter underway. We'd like to welcome you back to the Totori Kenmin Arena, our venue here this Saturday afternoon. Great basketball action coming your way between these two conference rivals. McAdoo will put up a three. Offline. Not exactly his specialty. Takeuchi will pick it up. McAdoo likes to operate on the inside. One of the league's leading rebounders. We talked about it earlier. Open three. A little bit too strong though. Nonetheless, a good shot coming from Fumio Leo. He was open. He had to take that one. Still a 4-point lead enjoyed here by the Magic. Hiromu Kitagawa in the ball game now, up against Hayato Maki in the backcourt. And here comes Tatsuya Suzuki, right back in action. Starting point guard here for Osaka. Coach Hiroki. And there, Coach Paul Henare. They've been shuffling their players in and out. Both have done exceptional jobs here this season. Both hoping and looking for a championship. Open three! Boy, missing everything there. Kitagawa apologizes. Says, I'll get you next time. Luke Evans tried to get the offensive rebound, just was out of position. Chance of defense. Maki on the outside using that pick. Gets it to Volodymyr. Back out. Another two-man game. Takeuchi almost lost it and eventually does. They get inside the paint. Gonna bring it out. Tsuyama always likes to push the pace. Nice find. K will bring it back out. Trying to work against Luther. Fall away, short. Good defense there by Ryan. He'll quickly bring it into the front court. The team's yet to score here. Almost 2 minutes gone. That's a poor foul. McAdoo shouldn't be reaching in. Shot clock was already at 8, and they still haven't been able to get into their offense. Not to mention the fact that more oftentimes than not, somebody like McAdoo, who's 6'9", will not be able to steal the ball from somebody like Suzuki, who protects the basketball very well. Not to mention the fact that he's 5'7". Herun. Nice curl inside. Bond scores. Cuts the lead down to just 2. The Magic yet to score here, and little collision. Kitagawa went down after he got hit by Suzuki. There's the collision. Foul will be called on Suzuki, stopping the action. Actually, there's a foul on Maki. His first personal. So one team foul each. K puts up a 3. No. Offline, that long rebound goes straight out. An opportunity now for possibly the first tie of the ball game if Osaka's able to deliver in the goods, or they could even take the lead with a 3. Where did they go for this offensive thrust? Takeuchi will give it up. Volodymyr. Takeuchi. Still up high. Bonds forced to put this one up. Comes up short. Shot clock was about to go off. Okay, inside. That's too easy. Nice little sidestep. He's now with 8 points. So 10 points here for Ando, 8 for Nick K. Big 1-2 punch. Both those individuals already with 18 of the 22 points. Almost a steal. Maki puts it through with a push shot. And a timeout will now be called by Coach Paul Henare. His defense, though, was holding up. Not quite sure why he called that timeout, but we got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back. Back to the ball game. 6 minutes 45 seconds to go here before the halftime break. 2-point lead enjoyed by the Magic. They once had a lead of 12 points, but Osaka has slowly whittled that down. Evans from deep. That's going to extend the lead to 5. Of defense once again, why not? Matt Bonds will give it up to Chia from 14 feet, no. Okay, calling out the plays. Say Ando, back on the floor, launches a 3, will misfire though. They will push Parks, not looking for Bonds. They go to the other end. Mackey gives it up. Parks to Bonds. Bonds for 3. Yes. Answers the 3 there of Evans, and the lead cut down to 2. 8 points so far here for Matt Bonds. Also, one of the top performers as far as imports are concerned here this season. And the outside not going to work. Matt Bonds actually is now 10th in scoring at 16.8. Also the 9th player in steals at 1.4. And just like that, we've got our first deadlock of the ball game. Watch it once again. Hayato Maki finding a seam, puts that layup, and we are deadlocked at 25. Final 4 minutes and 52 seconds of the first half. We talked about this being an important game for both these squads. They both are in the same conference. They're both trying to make it to the wild card phase. Foul, down low. Second team foul on Osaka. Almost a 5-second violation. But did they get it in? Tsuyama almost lost it. He did. Park's really putting on the pressure. That was clearly off his leg. Leo in the ball game once again. He really is one of the toughest defenders here in the league. Matt Bonds gets away. Passes to the wrong individual though. 3-on-1 break. Hariyama from the outside drains that three. First basket for Kevin. From the outside. Volodymyr inside. A lot of contact. They let it go. That's going to cut the lead down to 1. Volodymyr now with 8 points. A lot of pressure in the backcourt. Subsides. Almost a forced shot there. They get it back to say Ando. Ando, couple of fakes, puts it up. Short. A lot of jostling for position inside that shaded area. And the referees are allowing it. Bonds puts up a 3, short. Easy rebound there from McAdoo. That's a perfect pass. Almost. Pocket pass, Volodymyr. It's going to be another steal here for McAdoo. That's why he leads the league. Really always in the proper spot, in good position. Watch that last piece of action. Just to give you some numbers about both these squads, Shimane is 4th in defense at 74.4, and Osaka is at 5th defensively at 82.5. So these two really play tough defense, and that's why it's no surprise we've got a low-scoring affair here. They're also both very strong on offense, though. So obviously somebody's got to give. Strong move, McAdoo. A little bit 2-1. Almost another tip. It'll go out of bounds. Staying here with Osaka. Approaching the 3-minute mark. That is a 5-second violation, they say. Called on Suzuki. Another turnover here for Osaka. Look at the turnover numbers. Just too many turnovers for Osaka already. They've got 9. Chance of goal magic. They're on the offense here. Seiya Ando gets away. And it's a basket and 1 opportunity. 12 points now in the contest for Seiya. He is playing inspired basketball. Once he gets away from his defender, if the secondary help isn't close, count the basket. Ando now on the line. Looking to complete a 3-point play. The Magic only with 2 turnovers. They have taken really exceptional care of the basketball. And here they lead by 7. Already in the penalty. Osaka with 2:45 to play. Set it up high again. Clearly a kick ball. McAdoo. And he gets some rest. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Parks will give it up. Ryan inside, power move, and finishes strong with the left hand. That's going to cut the lead to just the basket. 31-29 is our tally. Release pass, 4-on-3. Opens up this 3 opportunity, but Ando will try to use some more clock. Gets to the basket, fouled there by Maki. Check that foul there by Fumio Leo. Fumiya's first, and back to the free throw line here. Already making 3 free throws. 2 more coming up. He's been perfect from the line so far. Crowd really gets involved as you see the announcer calling out Seiya's name, and the entire stadium shouts out Ando. As Ando makes the next free throw, he's already at 15 points. Luther trying to get close. That's a nice handoff. Parks with a quick basket. Parks now with 4 points. And a timeout will be called this time by Coach Paul Henare. A minute and 30 seconds remaining in this one. Talking about the first half, of course. Still a lot of basketball to be played here this afternoon. 2-point lead enjoyed by the Magic. They've got possession of the basketball. Ando launches a 3. Will come up short. Bonds with the rebound. And they'll try to push. Lead pass. Tracked down. Stolen by Ando. That's a smart move there from Seiya. Making contact there with Bonds. Forcing the referee to blow his whistle. 2 more free throws now for Ando. That's going to add to the turnover tally of Osaka. They already have 10 turnovers. as compared to just 2 for the Magic. Coach Hiroki wanted to talk things over. Obviously, looking to design an offensive play coming up. Two free throws coming up here. 33-31 is our tally. Another free throw put in here by Ando. That's going to add to his tally. He's got 16 points right now. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining before the halftime break. Second coming up. Still remaining perfect from the line. 17 points for Ando. Another minute to be played here. Suzuki looking for space. That's a good foul. Coming here from Tsuchiya. They have fouls to give. Wisely using it. Second personal foul though on Tsuyama. So Shota will be replaced. Coming in his spot is Kitagawa. Steal. By the steals leader, McAdoo slams it through. He really positions himself so well. That might be a goaltend because they made contact there. Watch it. Yes, making contact there, definitely with the ring. They're going to count that basket. Nice look there, Coach Paul Henare. He has called out the play from the sidelines. His team now leads by 6. And they want more, definitely. Takeuchi playing with fire there. Turns out to be a pretty good stance defensively. Maybe not the best of fouls there from Kei. And again, it's a big man trying to steal from the little man. They did have a foul to give, but a lot of times you don't want your world import to come up with a cheap foul such as that one. Final 10 seconds. Oh, no foul, they say. Just a tap. That's a foul. That's going to be just a third on the team, and a personal will be picked up by Kitagawa. So no foul on Kei. Turned out to be a good play, but he actually had a lot of arm there. He dodged the bullet. 5 seconds remaining. Parks bobbled it. 3. Not gonna drop. And that's where we're going to end hostilities here in the first half. We've got a close one. Watch it here once again. That was the previous play. McAdoo with a steal. Easy slam. And at the halftime break, it's a 4-point lead enjoyed by the Magic.
した彼らのこれからの活躍にぜひご期待ください。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
島根そのまじシルバーパートナーのご紹介です。松江市富士基礎設計事務所アグリサイン酸素グループサインパナソニックパナソニック森江伊藤金次郎商店かつプライベートクリニック島根信用金庫マサコーポレーション高橋建設松江自動車用品商会松江時計佐々木建設松江金沢内科大黒病骨粗しょう症クリニック土吉産業産業設備工業緑薬局アキュートシステムアリオンアート健康イオン海田江口大会員岡村フニーキネスサンケーブビジョンマーブルサンカ産業電熱工業島根県環境保険公社島根開発販売倉庫ジャパン武田軍テラスカー田辺の森日光アセットマネジメント日清電工鎌本クリニック福田鉄工所富士見事工ホットモット応用グループ北水マシンテクノロジー松江会計事務所丸井今作グループ横井グループ PR タイムズ以上千葉スサノーシルバーパートナーのご紹介でした。
さあご来場の皆様へお手洗いのご案内です。奥のお手洗いが混雑しているようです。両サイドの方にもございますのでぜひご利用ください。
求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へパスをつなぎたい。
それではここで B リーグの間もなく記者をご紹介いたします。 B リーグ6パートナーソフトバンク B リーグ大メンバートナーリソナグループ B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフォニアホールディングス B リーグパートナーズ日本郵便 G ショック日本生命B リーグサポーティングカバーズソニーミュージックエンターテインメントボルテ朝日新聞日本
Enjoy the highlights here from both these squads as Hariyama knocks that 3 down. And then once again, Seiya Ando, who was on fire from the beginning of this ball game. McAdoo there with a steal. McAdoo will finish with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. As we look at the numbers of the first half, 4-point lead by the Magic, shooting 63% from 2-point distance. That's exceptional. 12 out of 19. 50% shooting for Osaka. When it comes to threes, both these squads really not going there too much. Actually, should we say not too much production, because Shimane is 2 out of 14 for just 14%. On the other hand, just 5 attempts for Osaka, making 2 out of 5 for 40%. Both squads perfect from the free throw line, but look at this. Only 2 turnovers for the Magic, already 11 for Osaka EVESSA. That's huge. In fact, you have 11 turnovers, you're just down by 4. That's a very good position to be in. 22-24, those are the points in the paint, so just about even. Some more numbers. Rebounding wise, Osaka with 22 rebounds as compared to 13 for the Magic. In terms of assists, 9 for Shimane and 8 for Osaka. Big discrepancy there. On your screens, you can see 11 and 0. Those are the points off turnovers. Now we have our first half scoring, rebounding, and assist leaders. 17 points for Ando, 2 rebounds for McAdoo, and 3 assists for Seiya. For Osaka, Bonds with 8 points. He also has 6 boards, and Tatsuya Suzuki with 2 assists. More scoring numbers. Nick Kay with 8, 4 for McAdoo. For EVESSA, Herun's got 8, and 6 points also contributed by Ryan Luther. We're all set for the second half. Look at more assist numbers. We mentioned McAdoo with 3 and 2 each for Ando, Tsuyama, Suzuki, Bonds, and Herun. Here we go. Third quarter action. First possession to Suzuki and company, and he comes up with an ill-advised pass. Fouled there by Maki, stopping the action. Trying to put it down to Herun, who didn't come closer. They were not on the same page there. Kay. Will they look for Ando? He's got the hot hand all throughout today. Kay will find McAdoo. Big action. Kay with the assist. McAdoo now with 6 points. Chance of defense once again. Enjoying a 6-point lead. Push shot. Not gonna work. Well, Maki got to his spot. Just couldn't knock it down. Almost a steal. And that is going to be a foul on Kay. Definitely. Quicker to the ball there was Suzuki. Nothing Kay could do but come up with a foul. That's going to be number 3 on Nick Kay. Oh, check that, number 2. So they say his late foul, which we called, wasn't actually a foul. Ending the first half, so he's just got 2 officially. 1 team foul each. Takeaway. That's a good transition defense by Osaka EVESSA. But they're going to leave Seiya Ando wide open. He's going to knock that one down. 20 points in the contest for Seiya Ando. And we've just begun the second half. Chance of defense as the lead has been increased here to 9. Bonds from the wing will misfire. Ando looked like he was trying to bring it down quickly. Now they'll set up in the half court. McAdoo puts it up and through. That's going to force the hand now of Coach Fujita. From a 4-point deficit, they're now down 11. (44-33). Our quick tally here. Yet to score, EVESSA here in the second half. That's live. Tsuyama will pick it up. Okay. In no hurry. His team with the lead. They'll send it back out. A lot of time still in the shot clock. But it's now being whittled down. It's at 4. Parks with a steal. Counter steal, but 24-second shot clock violation will expire. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Coach Paul Henare saying that there was clear possession. Referees say otherwise. Suzuki will bring it down. Get into the heart of the defense and bring it back out. Bonds in scoring range. Will kick it back out. Maki for 3, overshoots. Herun gets it to Bonds. Brand new 14 here. They'll set up Volodymyr. Bonds tries to kiss it off the glass. That's too easy. 10 points now for Matt Bonds. Forcing the action and scoring easily on the other end. Seiya Ando with 22 points. Suzuki finds Volodymyr. Up and under move. That was he was looking for. That baby hook, which he missed with thrice in the first quarter. Now scores. (46-37). Ando almost lost it, and a foul is going to be called against Suzuki. He's not happy. Let's see. It was pretty tough defense, but he made a swipe. A lot of times, that's why you cannot. Don't swipe at the basketball. You're giving the referees an opportunity to really just blow their whistle. So Suzuki will have to be replaced. In early foul trouble here in the third period. And they need his playmaking. You can see just how disappointed he is. And then now on the line. Still perfect from there. Actually, both these squads perfect from the free throw line still. Back up to a 10-point lead. Biggest lead in the ball game was at 12. And then everything was tied at 25. And then the sudden explosion. Look at this, 24 points scored here by Seiya Ando. 24 of the 48. He's got half of their points. Steal. McAdoo. That'll drop. And the lead is now 13 at 50-37. Biggest lead in the contest. Osaka's got to find their groove. They just lost their mojo. And they get it right back there. Hayato Maki with 6 points. You can see quickly back into the front court. Tsuyama and company. Easy spin. That's good defense by Maki. Asking for a traveling violation actually. That could have been a traveling violation in Nick K. But they say it's a jump ball situation and possession arrow rule point to Murphy and company. So we're staying here. Approaching the halfway mark. McAdoo left wide open. And he makes the defense pay. He's got 13 points. And the lead has now ballooned to 14 at 53-39. Back to the action. Another timeout called here by Osaka EVESSA. This game is getting out of hand in a game that they've got to stay close. Nice push shot there for Ryan Luther. Gets that lead down to 12. 8 points in the contest for Ryan. Kick ball. Osaka will stay here at 15. Osaka needs this game. They've got to come closer. In terms of the team standings, they're trailing by 5 games in their conference in order to be able to make it to the next round. Nice move by Kay. Check that. That was Luke Evans. Luke Evans has actually picked his spots perfectly, allowing his teammates to do most of the damage, and then now starting to go to work in the third. Luther from deep. A little bit too strong. Bonds clears. We'll have to give it up. Inside, Luther will get it to drop. 3-point play in the offing here. He gives Bonds a tap on the behind, saying thanks for that offensive rebound. Really battling inside. Is Bonds in? Give him credit for not forcing the issue. Their little touch foul on Murphy. Alex Murphy will pick up foul number 3. Back in is Fumiya Leo. Both teams have been perfect from the free throw line. Shota bring it down. Early attack here. Too strong. McAdoo apologizes. Sidestepping move. Luther will come up just short. That's a sorry miss. McAdoo's down. Gonna have to stop the game. And he's gonna be replaced. Holding on to his ankle there after that missed shot. Let's see what happened. Landed not too well on that one, and he quickly looked over at the bench. Asked to be replaced. Foul's going to be called on Takeuchi. That's a cheap foul. You don't want to give up fouls such as that when you get into early foul trouble. Not to mention the fact that your opponents are perfect from the free throw line. Nice look at Coach Hiroki. Screaming out instructions. Now chance of defense once again from the fans here at the Totori Kenmin Arena. Luther kicks it back out. Bonds into the shaded area. Nice soft touch. 12 points now for Matt Bonds. Cuts the lead down to 9. They finally found their groove here in the third. They were scoreless for quite a while. Say back in action. Looks for his spot. Back rims that one. And the battle will go and stay here with the boys in blue. K for 3. That was wild. A little bit too strong there, but it looks like Evans is going to get fouled. Couldn't get that rebound. They're going to say it's going to be a foul on Leo. Fumiya there, face guarding his opponent, picks up his third. 5-second violation. That's the second one we've seen here today. Earlier it was called on Osaka. This time on the Magic. Kitagawa there. The player at fault. Chance now for Osaka to get closer. And their fans know it. Takeuchi trying to take advantage of that size mismatch. We kick it back out. Easy block there by Evans. Murphy trying to push. K, 3, yes! And that lead is back up to 12. Nick K now in double digits for his squad. Luther, that's one of his specialties, will misfire though. Now Ando will walk it up. Ando still waiting for K to get into position, gets it inside. Sets up Murphy. Murphy short. That's great hustle. That was clearly a fishing expedition there from K. Look at him jostling for position. Credit's got to go to Hiromu for keeping that one alive. Getting him another possession and possibly 2 points from the free throw line here from Nick. First personal foul they say is going to be called on Joji. That should be number 2. He picked up a cheap one earlier. Let's see if they change that a little bit later on. Tsuchiya back in. Tsuyama as well. Kevin Ariyama on your screens a while ago. Also fielded back in. Second here for K. Lead is now back to 14, matching their biggest lead of the contest. Under 2 minutes to be played in the third period. Chance of defense once again. That's a release pass. That will work for Volodymyr. 12 points in the contest and 12 points the deficit here faced by the visitors. Look at this methodical way that the Magic are running their offense. A lot of movement on one side, sometimes misdirection on the other, such as that one. And K will score. Reverse English. He's got 15 points. Great bounce pass. But that one a little bit too strong. That's a sorry miss. They'll reset their offense, use some clock. Looked like they were going to go for 2 for 1. Nonetheless, they get the open 3. Shota drains it. And the lead is now 17. 65 to 48. A lot of ground to be made up here. Foul's going to be called. The Magic had 2 fouls to give. Trying to use it wisely. 7.2 remaining here in the third. So they bring in Koki Wiley. Possibly to give up one more foul. That's a good inbound pass. But they get it inside, and Alex just making sure there was no shot. But actually Volodymyr wasn't making his move to the basket yet. They could have actually saved a few more seconds, but nonetheless, 4.9 remaining here. Murphy replaced with 3 personals. Luke Evans will check in. Check that. 4 now for Murphy. They're going outside. Needing to make their move. Ryan, deep 3. Short. 3/4 done here at the Totori Kenmin Arena. And showing the way are the hosts, up 65-48. The 4th quarter is upon us. The Magic looking good. The Magic looking to extend their 5-game lead here over Osaka. Getting down and dirty. They're going to say it's a jump ball situation, but let us see where the possession arrow points to. First to the floor was Hiromu. And then Parks forcing that jump ball situation. The possession goes back to the home squad. Ariyama from deep. A little bit too strong. Ariyama and company looking for the killer blow here early in the 4th. Volodymyr. 1-on-1 against McAdoo. And a foul is going to be called on McAdoo. He doesn't like it. Actually, that was a late whistle. Looked like a good swipe. Second personal foul. McAdoo there with a wry smile. He's actually the leader in terms of steals here this season. Volodymyr now on the line for 2 shots. And cut into this deficit. Look at the turnover situation. Just 3 turnovers for Osaka in that 3rd period. They've got a total of 14. Actually, the Magic also with 3 in the 3rd period for a total of 5 in the ballgame. That's a good sign for Osaka, but the problem was they just allowed their opponents to score a whole lot more points as well. That's why the lead went as much as 17. Remember, we were tied at 25 at one point. And from there, it became 65-48. Touch pass. Not wanting to attack yet. Easy block there for Hirun. He saw Hiromu and he says, get that weak stuff out of here. A quick timeout is going to be called here as we have just begun the fourth. Nice quick score there. That's exactly what you want to do. If you're Osaka EVESSA, you need to get right back into this ball game. Timeout working there for Coach Hiroki. But they're still trailing by 13. Long rebound. Snared by Parks. They need to cut this down. 10 points. Entering the last 5 minutes. That's a good play. Perfect cut. And Ryan Luther there with back-to-back points. Lead down to 11. Getting to their offense now, the boys in blue. Soto the pass, a little bit out of his range. McAdoo forces this one up. That's a shot clock violation. Nice to see though that McAdoo is back on the floor. He has to be replaced a while ago off that missed layup. Foul's going to be called on Hariyama. That's going to be the second team foul. The Magic have not really gotten into penalty trouble. Say Ando back in. Coach Paul wants to be able to settle the outcome as early as possible. Murphy in. He's got 4 personal fouls. Also in the ball game, Matt Bonds. So both coaches here trying to make a move in the next 2 minutes. They know it's critical. Heading into the final 5 minutes. Outcome could be settled or we could have a real tight ball game. Bonds with a spin. Murphy late coming in. At the same time, he's not really going to challenge. Shota bring it up again. He has been your starting point guard. McAdoo, they're leaving him wide open. He hit a 3 earlier. Seiya kicks it out. McAdoo. Power move inside. Gets 2 points. Extreme patience shown there by the Magic, and it pays off. Leads back up to 11. Parks kicks it up high. Extra pass. Bonds inside. That might be a travel. No, they say, play on. The defense, our officials say, cut the hand on that ball. McAdoo up high once again. Trying to set the play, and a foul will be called. That might be on Takeuchi. Impeding the progress here of Shota. There it is. Actually, that was not Shota. That was Seiya. Another personal foul would be called on the big man, Joji. And Seiya saying he got held above the shoulder, so he's asking for an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see if they give it to him. Coach Paul huddling his players, trying to take advantage of the lull as their officials will take a look at the replay. This is actually a head coach challenge. They're hoping to get an unsportsmanlike foul there on Joji Takeuchi. And they just might get it. He held on to the shoulder here. That might be a very good challenge here from Coach Paul Hinare. Just a quick review, and they say just a regular foul. So Coach Paul is going to lose his challenge here. Well, he was huddling with his boys. He didn't realize that they already made the call. Just lay baseline inbound. Six minutes and change remaining in this ball game. Second personal foul going to be called on Joji. Shot clock still at a decent number. Say Ando's going to lose it. That's off his foot. That'll add to the turnover tally here for Shimane. Volodymyr back on the floor. They need his inside presence. He's going to come up though. Parks only with 4 points so far. They're going to need his added contribution points wise. Takeuchi. Nice find. Bonds gets blocked though by McAdoo. What a stop there. Michael at the right place at the right time. Comes up with a block. They got another stop. They're up by 9. A good possession at the basketball. Murphy trying to bring it closer. Then says you don't need to rush. That's an early shot there. There was still 12 seconds in the shot clock. Park sidestepping move. He gets fouled. 3-point play here for Ray Parks Jr. Not quite sure why Seiya took that early shot. And then it was off to the races. Nothing Ando can really do to stop the forward progress here of Parks. Our official timeout, 67-62. The Magic clinging on to that 5-point edge. Back for the final 5 minutes of this one. Just about. Almost a travel. And Osaka comes up with another stop, just down by 5. Lead one stood at a high of 17 bonds. Trying to bring it closer. That's good one-on-one defense there by Evans. Out of time still in the shot clock. Suzuki trying to make his move. They blitz him. Luther. No. Shota was of two minds there. Whether to attack, whether to stop. Parks inside, up and under move, no! He'll get it back though. Possession, still with the visitors. That Ryan Luther layup will bring his squad to 3. 17 points now for Ryan here this afternoon. If you're just joining us, this match is very important for both these squads. They are trying to battle for the second spot in their conference. Foul's going to be called on Suzuki. Not the best of fouls there. That's going to put his team now at 3 as he gets replaced. They're going to send in Hayato Maki, a little taller. A lot taller, in fact, at 6'2" as compared to 5'7". Evans will kick it out. Seiya Ando. Just too deep inside. Looking to come to within 1. Or possibly ties things up. Active hands there from Seiya Ando. Nikkei will bring it closer. Now they'll set things up. Approaching the 3-minute mark. McAdoo inside, gets denied by Joji. But everybody forgot that he had the basketball. He put it up and through. Will that count though? Looks like it will. Everybody stopped. Well, he's complaining, which means they didn't count the basket. There, it's official. They didn't count the basket. Under 3 minutes here in this one. Takeuchi will not launch from 3. Bonds wants it. Up against a smaller defender. Luther inside, yes! He's gonna hang on to that one. Sometimes he can be called for the delay of game. Leads down to 1. Kay finds McAdoo. McAdoo brings it closer. Will come up short. Kay's there and puts it through. Leads back up to 3. 69-66. 17 points now for Nick. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Parks. Parks from 17 feet. A little bit offline there. Another rebound there by McAdoo. Some early offense from Kay? No. Shota from deep. Yes! That's going to give them a lot of breathing space here as we enter the final minute and 40. Block from Nick Kay. Looking for a fast break opportunity. Seiya Ando delivers. And a timeout will have to be called here by Coach Hiroki. They were within a basket. And now they are down by 8. Talking about Osaka EVESSA. Exactly a minute, 32 remaining in this one. Matt Bonds and company need to score quickly. That's another big block from Nick Kay. Going to plan B now. Parks hits a jumper. That keeps them within earshot. Just down by 6. Osaka's going to need some stops. Parks now in double digits with 10. Seiya. Inside, outside, back inside, and hits once again. Close to 30 points here for Seiya Ando. Under a minute remaining. Parks fouled that time. Both of them on the floor. Things have gotten really physical here between Parks and Evans. First personal foul going to be called on Luke. And he looks hurt. He might have to be replaced. Murphy's available. But no, Murphy can't come in because Evans is considered a local. So here comes Hariyama. Trying to give them a little bit more height. At 6'3". Evans though is 6'8". That's a big loss. The Magic now in the penalty. Ryan needs to score quickly. K's there. That's good defense once again by Nick. But eventually Ryan will score. 70-70 is our tally. 21 points here for Luther. Getting it past the timeline. We're going to use clock. That's not a good foul. Shot clock was already down to 13. Not to mention the fact that they were still high up, not on their way to running their offense. Both teams now in the penalty. Timeout will first be called by Coach Paul, wanting to make sure of this next offensive pattern. Final 32.6 of this battle between the Magic and Osaka EVESSA. A travel is going to be called there and say Ando. They got the stop talking about Osaka. But they're still down by 2 possessions. Look at that double team there. And the baseline also. As an additional defender, you're going to say he stepped on the baseline. You're going to need a quick score here. A lot of time is running out. Bonds for 3. No. Free throws coming up here. That's going to be a 1-ball game here. As the Magic seemingly will hold on and now will increase their lead over Osaka to 6 games. Clearly a foul there by Hayato. So Nick K, just 1 out of 2 of these free throws will make it a 3-possession ball game. You're going to double check first though. You want to make sure about the time. Oh, head coach challenge, which is quite surprising. Because regardless, there's only 12 seconds and the possession definitely staying here with the Magic. Not quite sure what's being challenged here. Top performer so far here for the Magic. Ando with 28 points. Nick K with 17 and McAdoo with 15. Three-pronged attack.
修正します。13.2 秒に修正します。
So they're actually just looking at the clock. So instead of 12 seconds, they've added 1.2. 13.2 remaining. But again, just one of these two free throws will make it academic. Both teams still perfect from the free throw line. The Magic, 11 out of 11. Now 12 out of 12. And it's a 7-point lead. Osaka's going to need a major miracle just to come close. 19 points now for K. Looks like they're going to have time for just one final shot. 3 will drop from Suzuki. 4 seconds remaining. Lead is at 5. And they're not going to foul. So that's going to end this ball game. The Magic will win this one and extend their lead in the overall team standings in their conference as they win this one by 5, 78-73. Interviews coming up in just a little bit as we're going to hear from Coach Paul Henare. Those 6 points are big. 6 games, rather. As we head into the final phase of the elimination round. The Magic held to just 13 points in that 4th period. Osaka scoring 25. But they did have a huge advantage heading to the 4th. Heading to the 4th, the Magic were up 65-48. Don't go away, we've got interviews. We'll show you the highlights of the game and we're also going to break down the numbers. So we're going to have the Magic addressing their crowd as they come away with a victory here.
Thank you so much for coming out. It's been 2 years since we've been here in Totori. We really appreciate your support for all the local people that are here, for all the people that have traveled from all over Shimane to be here. We appreciate you, we thank you, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another great battle. Arigatou gozaimasu.
今回鳥取開催が2年ぶりになりましたけれども、また皆さんにお目にかかれて大変嬉しく思っております。で、鳥取の方々、そして島根から縁のはるばる来てくれた皆さんに関しては大変感謝しておりますので、また明日お会いできることを楽しみにしております。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。ヘッドコーチにお話伺いました。さあ続きまして企業警備保障プレゼンツ MVP 選手の発表です。見事 MVP に選ばれた選手には企業警備保障株式会社様より商品券1万円分が贈られます。それでは発表いたします。チームが困った時に活躍する頼れるキャプテン大黒柱ナンバー4肉系選手です。おめでとうございます。さあそれでは肉系選手にお話を伺います。勝利おめでとうございます。お疲れ様でした。
Thank
thank you. Obviously, very tough game, and glad we come away with a win.
はい、ありがとうございます。非常にタフな試合だったんですけど、勝利できて嬉しいです。
さあ今日の試合を振り返ってみていかがだったでしょうか。
Yeah, the best thing about today was the way we fought throughout the game, especially in that fourth quarter. We've had a bit of struggles over the last few games with finishing out a game, and the fact that we were able to continue that pressure, and even when things weren't going well, we found a way to win at the end.
我々としまして今日は出だしからファイトはできたというふうに思っております。で4クォーターで苦しい展開になっていました。それと最近我々の課題としても後半ゲームを締めることだったので最後ゲームを締めることができたのは良かったというふうに思ってます。
さあ今おっしゃられました通り4クォーター非常にタフで、追い上げられる展開となりました。その時にご自身が意識されていることだったりチームに話すこと、また今日勝ちきれた要因っていうのをお伺いしていいですか。
Yeah, obviously, when you reflect on some of the previous games, our ability to score in the fourth quarter hasn't necessarily been there. So making sure we just execute offensively, and then defensively, I think we kept trying to cover for each other. It didn't always necessarily work the way we wanted to, but the intent was definitely there throughout the game.
はい、最近の試合ではオフェンスで攻めあぐねるところがありましたので今日はみんな意思疎通ができてましたし、でそういったディフェンスの面におきましてはところどころ失敗するところもあったんですけれども、お互いを助け合ったということが勝利につながったというふうに思ってます。
ありがとうございます。さあそれでは明日のゲームへの意気込み、そしてファンの皆様へのメッセージを最後にお願いします。
Obviously, we appreciate you guys coming out today and supporting us. Big reason why we were able to come away with a win, and hope to see you guys all here tomorrow cheering us on and be as loud as you can. It's a great motivator for us, and definitely helps us get over the line.
皆さんのご声援のおかげで本日勝利できたというふうに思っておりますので、また明日も皆さんの力が必要ですので、また会場にお越しください。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。日系選手にお話を伺いました。それでは日系選手にはカメラサインをしていただきましょう。皆さんビジョンにご注目ください。 Today's hero 日系。さあこのサインボードをプレゼントさせていただくお客様決まっております。松本律美さん、松本律美さんおめでとうございます。この後総合受付にてお受け取りください。さあ本日もたくさんのご来場誠にありがとうございました。明日もここ鳥取県民体育館にてゲーム2でございます。ぜひ会場で熱い声援をチームに来られない方はバスケットライブから応援をよろしくお願いします。本日のご来場誠にありがとうございました。
Congratulations once again to the Shimane SUSANOO Magic. As you heard from Coach Paul Henare and also Nick Kay. Actually, tremendous performances from most of their players, really. Everybody contributing. McAdoo at double digits. He had 2 steals. Nick Kay came up with crucial blocks though. And Ando led them scoring-wise. Ando would finish with 28 points. He also has 2 rebounds and 3 dimes. Look at the contribution of McAdoo. 15, 5, and 3. On the other hand, Nick Kay with 19 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 block shots. Top performers for Osaka EVESSA. Ryan Luther, who came on strong in the 4th period, would finish with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Parks helped out with 10 points, 5 boards, and almost a double-double for Matt Bonds with 16 markers and 9 rebounds. Volodymyr tried to get his numbers, just wasn't as effective here today. As we look at the production of Volodymyr Hirun, who actually was a starter, he did have pretty good scoring. He shot 6 out of 10 from the field for 14 points. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists. But really was a non-factor, especially in the 4th period. he wasn't fielded in. So you can see Coach Hiroki was going for a different combination. Seiya Ando, not just scoring by himself, but moving well without the basketball. McAdoo finding him there. Likewise there for Bonds. Coming from the side, getting that pass, and scoring in transition. Shota to the wing. Nick Kay inside. Well, when he had the momentum, Matt Bonds just let him have it. From the outside, Evans. Luke Evans was a starter for his squad. He would finish with just 5 points. But he would have 4 rebounds. He played tough defense as well. Ariyama with the jumper there. It was pretty close. 20-16 after the first quarter. At the half, it was still a tight affair after you see McAdoo there with a steal. Puts it through. After 2 periods, it is 37 for the Magic, 33 for Osaka. And then they went to an early. Nice contribution, and that was another block there from Kay. Let's take a look at the block numbers of Kay. Nick Kay would finish with 3 blocks. But here in the third period is when they made their move. Shimane scored 28 points and they held Osaka to just 15. So they made 13 points here to extend their 4-point lead, and that's why heading into the fourth period, it was a big 17-point edge. Matt Bonds would get some points, but it wasn't enough though. Kay left wide open. Joji Takeuchi with a late challenge. That's not going to get it done. Shota from the outside. He picked his spots well. He orchestrated the offense to perfection here today. Ryan Luther really made his move personally in the second half. There's another one of a pass from Volodymyr. Parks would get his squad to within 4 at that stage. We had a ball game heading to the final 3 minutes of play. Look at that. At the right place at the right time, just showing us extreme effort there was Nick Kay. Tsuyama with another 3. He had 2 big long ones here in the second half. One of the 3 blocks of Nick. Leading this fast break, and Seiya Ando converts. As we now look at the numbers, just about the same shooting, 59% as compared to 54% from 2. Didn't shoot too well from 3, both these squads. 26% as compared to 20%. They were perfect from the free throw line though. The Magic will end up with 11 turnovers, 16 turnovers here for Osaka EVESSA. 50-42 advantage here for EVESSA. Those are the points in the paint. But look at this, 18-8. That's a huge advantage. And that will be the points off turnover. So that is not surprising. 16-6, second chance points. So that's how Osaka was able to really stay in the ball game. They had 10 more second chance points. But in terms of fast break points, You cannot allow a team to just get that many. 22 as compared to 5. So Osaka really had to bleed for their points. We're going to show you some numbers, individuals. 28 points for Ando, 21 points for Ryan Luther as they top score for their respective squads. In terms of rebounding, 6 boards for Nick Kay, 9 rebounds for Matt Bonds. And in terms of assists, Shota Tsuyama doing what he's expected to do, lead his team offensively, get everybody involved, finishes with 6 assists, 4 dimes for Tatsuya Suzuki, the starting point guard of Osaka. Look at more numbers, scoring-wise. Nick Kay would finish with 19 points, 15 markers added by James Michael McAdoo. In a losing effort, 16 points contributed by Matt Bonds, and Herun would score 14. That's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Saturday afternoon. Till next time, take care. Have a great weekend ahead. God bless.